Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll see the Steelers' leader at quarterback. Your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Steelers and the Raiders, and it comes your way next.
Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. It's been perfection so far. They come. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback. Throwing to start the drive. Harris. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off play action. Harris. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool him with running plays, throwing it, and they're being...
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now Harris looking to throw on 2nd down. Touchdown! George Pickens, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams...
Out is their quarterback with his offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finds Pickens outright. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Harris. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the...
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. They go play action here on first down. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
2nd and 3. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they begin.
All of a sudden, we've got a new ball game back to level after that interception that he threw on the previous drive led to a touchdown. So we'll see if they can get things right here. 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it's impossible to see the Raiders and Steelers in Pittsburgh and not think of our namesake, the late, great John Madden, and the Immaculate Reception game, which celebrated its 50th anniversary yesterday. It was December 22nd, 1972. So this game, a nice little nod from the schedule makers, no doubt. The Raiders have gotten a little bit of revenge in recent years. They've won 4 out of 5. And have a 17-13 all-time advantage in the series. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kentavious Street, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Completes this one to Pickens. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Back to throw. Harris. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll roll him out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick. To throw is Harris. Throwing to start the drive. And he rifles one incomplete. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0. Here's Harris. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Off the play fake. Harris. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 32-yard line. Being chased out left. That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. This now a much closer game. Can't afford any more mistakes like he had on the last. Let's go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, good move. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bilal Nichols drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up the Steelers ready for their next possession. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Harris starts the drive on the ground. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, look at the juke. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Max Crosby, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Out of the gun now on third down. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 31. Operating from the gun, Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are moving closer to a 15-0 record as they extend their lead here. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now a play fake here on first down. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And the Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, he'll drop to throw. Evades him at the 20. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Off play action. Harris steps away. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 19 yards away. And the Steelers have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Let's go. Now a first down carry for Harris. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try the right side with Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and the Raiders pick it up. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Steelers,